So the developers at FromSoft decided to fix the arcane scaling, and this happened. What the fuck is this weapon? No! 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 Despite this weapon being incredibly strong, it's also incredibly fun, and honestly, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming for having fun. Alright, so in this video I'll teach you how to get the weapon, how to build for the weapon, and how not to be a dumb fuck that just uses the Ash of War and tries to win fights that way. I'll actually teach you a few PvP tips that'll make you win more fights. To get the weapon, you need to go to the Hilltop of the Giants. There you need to go to the second church of Marika. When you're there, you're gonna be invaded by the Wish.com version of Jason. Just fucking, I don't know, stab him, smack him, I don't know what you do. Fucking kill him. Just murder him, take his weapon, and that's it. So apparently the developers at FromSoft failed elementary school because Arcane with a D scaling does a shit ton more damage than Dexterity that has a C scaling. If you want to do damage with the Rivers of Blood, just get as much fucking Arcane as you possibly can. So I don't think FromSoft is actually lying to you by putting wrong letters on the scalings. I just think Arcane is overtuned right now. And most likely we will see it nerfed or reverted later on. So be mindful of that before you spend your larval tears. Alright, so this is what I would do for a level 125 build. I'd get 60 vigor because if I'm not vigorous, then Ronnie's gonna leave me. Mind at 10 because what are you, a fucking virgin? Fuck that. And then I'd get endurance to 35 because we're not a 2 pump chump, dude. We're a 3.5 pump chump. Strength to 12 so we can wield the weapon. Dexterity 21, wield the weapon. Arcane, the rest is just fucking pumped into Arcane, dude. All the other stats just into Arcane. Who gives? So you can probably make a better build than this, but do keep in mind, even though I hold a PhD as well as an astronaut degree, I am a Rivers of Blood user. This is what you get. So an important thing to understand is the Rivers of Blood Ash of War is not a true combo. The only way you can make it a true combo is by purposefully missing the first slash, then all the other ones will be a true combo, or by having bleeds build up on them already, so the bleed procs after the first 2 hits and they get stun locked. I'll show you an example here. Alright, so as you can see, even though my opponent misses me here, the blood meter begins to get filled. I'm feeling very confident that I can survive a hit from his Rivers of Blood, even though he hits me 2 times, but what I'm forgetting is that the blood loss is building up, and at the end of the blood loss, I will be stun locked and take massive damage. Now, while it does kill me here, if it didn't, he could still have finished me because I'm stunned. I'll clarify that more in the next clip here. So here you'll see why it's not a true combo. After the first 2 hits, you can roll out of it, unless you panic or just stand still. While yes, proccing a bleed will stun you, however, if you roll as the bleed procs, you will take the damage, but you will not be staggered. So it's not a true combo. So while the weapon art of the Rivers of Blood is incredibly potent, it's not the only way to win fights. The main thing you need to know about the weapon art is when to use it. Alright, so the most important thing when it comes to PvP is figuring out how your opponent reacts. So what I'm trying to figure out, when I get close to him, does he roll away? Can I roll catch him? Does he parry? He doesn't have a shield, so he's not going to parry me. So I feel pretty safe going up and poking him like this. But what you notice is he's always trying to get a hit in every single time I get close to him. So by doing this, I'm essentially just building up his bleed meter. And now that I know his bleed meter is almost full, I know I can get close to him, and if we get into an exchange, he'll die before me because he's going to bleed. Right, so you'll see me walk up. I know he's going to be aggressive because he's been aggressive this entire fight. So as soon as I can close the gap on him, I can just use my Ash of War and he's going to die to the bleed proc. This is not unique to this weapon, but let me show you somebody who doesn't really think about when to use their Ash of War.
Oh, he has a moon veil, boy!
Ah, fuck, I fucked up. Dude, I'll show him. Moonveil me again.
Oh!
You know what it feels like fighting that guy? You know when you like think about, like in your head, you think about getting into a fight and you're totally winning and they get no hits in? It feels like he was living that out. It just didn't work. As a side note, don't use the blood twin blades. They're fucking terrible. You just throw them in the garbage. So next up are going to be some tips that are not about the Ash of War. Look, the Ash of War is potent, but you need to have other tools in your repertoire. Otherwise, you're just going to get shit on, especially when the weapon gets nerfed. So holding an Ash of War can be as dangerous to the opponent as actually using it. If your opponent understands that you have a Rivers of Blood and you have the Ash of War ready, they'll also know that that can pretty much annihilate them. So they'll want to avoid it, which gives you ample opportunity to be aggressive and do some chip damage. The same thing with having a buckler. But this guy does not respect me at all or my weapons, so I just wait for him to come in, parry him, and kill him. But I pretty much had him in a checkmate here because his blood meter was almost full and I had my Ash of War ready. So any misstep from him would lead to a blood loss death. You saw that, Rolf? Alright, let's go, baby. Yeah, I'm not showing that. Rolf beat my fucking ass. But if you don't want to remain maidenless forever, you need to understand that you are more than your Ash of War. But don't worry, I've done intense research on the demographic that uses the Rivers of Blood. And I've found a way to explain everything you need to know to you in a way that you'll understand. Hey guys, do you want to get good at PvP? Me too! So let's practice some roll catching. Do you see anyone we could practice roll catching with? That's right! Shrek!
Who, me?
Alright, Shrek, let's get to it.
It's all over now.
So essentially, in the beginning frames of a roll, you can charge an attack and you'll hit them as they come out of the roll. This is great for both building ailments on them, getting damage in, and also staggering them out of their roll. Generally, you do this by running up to them and forcing them to roll, and then getting your damage in. However, bigger weapons are generally much better at this, because you can simply just crouch in R1, and that will generally catch people out of a roll. It's quite easy to do. Just be mindful that if you do it at the wrong time, you can also be parried.
Oh no! Shrek just got an upgrade, motherfucker.
While a lot of this was very basic, let's just summarize. So 1, don't be an idiot. 2, don't be an idiot. 3, don't be an idiot. 4, you want to know about talismans? Go fuck yourself. And hopefully, with these basic tips that we've learned today, you can go out there and you can just expand on your knowledge and get better and better at PvP, but just master the basics first.